What's up guys, it's Vegan9 and a Nintendo Direct was just announced. Go check out their Twitter. Here's the announcement. Let's go. We're getting a Direct for summer. We thought it was going to be here at around E3 time or Summer Game Fest time, but it wasn't. But it looks like we're getting one, and let's just do some predictions. I love doing predictions. You know I do them every year. So yeah, we got it in the form of this bingo card thing again. Not going for a bingo, just trying to put like 24 predictions out here. On top of the announcement, we have learned that it is a general Nintendo Direct, so a lot of announcements to come. And to be fair, we are quite in the dark. We don't know what's going to happen after Pikmin 4. You know, we have what, 1-2 Switch, Pikmin 4, and we don't know anything else. What's their fall? What's their holiday? So hopefully we get a lot of info on what is going to be announced in the foreseeable future. So let's just get right into it. We're going to start off with some easy announcements and then move into ones that are a bit more outlandish, crazy. I don't know, really throwing them out there, but I think everything I'm going to say today has some chance of being revealed at this Direct. First up, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. We're due for one. It's probably going to happen. It'll be in a headline. The 2 new cups, maybe a new character or something. That's a pretty solid, it's definitely going to happen. I don't know why it wouldn't happen. Next, we got the Splatoon 3 DLC. We're obviously owed updates on that. They, teased it before. Major high-scale paid DLC, but we don't know anything else about it. A Nintendo Direct makes sense to put it out. I think that's a pretty safe bet as well. Next up, Hollow Knight Silksong. I know. Everyone who hopes for Hollow Knight Silksong should just, start crying early because it never seems to happen, but we do know it is supposed to happen very, very soon, or the release date at least. And I think Nintendo could be the company that officially releases when it's going to happen. We saw nothing at Summer Games Fest weekend, so maybe Nintendo's going to reveal a release date here, and a trailer or something alongside it. So Silksong fans, perhaps it's finally going to happen at this Nintendo Direct. Next up, we got Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Obviously, Ubisoft did announce this, the DLC that's coming out, and they teased Rayman. But of course, Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope is only on a Nintendo console because of Mario. So maybe Nintendo, reminds us of the DLC and maybe gives us more info on, Rayman, maybe more of a teaser, some gameplay, and, things to come. It is a big game on the Nintendo Switch, so maybe Nintendo wants to get some say in, hyping up Rayman, because when's the last time we saw Rayman? I know it's not canon, it's not a Rayman game, but, it is still Rayman, so maybe Nintendo breaks the ice and announces that for us. Next up, another game we saw at Summer Game Fest, Sonic Superstars, the new classic 2D Sonic, but with a modern twist take on it. We saw this announced at Summer Game Fest. We know it's coming to many platforms, including the Nintendo Switch, so maybe Nintendo shows some gameplay of it, just to remind people who didn't watch Summer Games Fest that, this game is going to come out on Switch, and I don't think it's going to lag behind in terms of graphic quality too much. It'll look great on Switch. Frontiers obviously looks way better on PlayStation 5 than it does Nintendo Switch, but for Sonic Superstars, I don't think there's that big distinction there, so, Nintendo can remind us of this game coming to the Switch, because Sonic sells well on Switch. At least I think it tends to. Next up, Switch Online. I'm sure we get some kind of Switch Online announcement. I don't know. I don't think we get a new console or anything, or a handheld device. We just got Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, so I don't think we'll get another other thing like GameCube or something. I don't think we're gonna get that, but we'll probably get some updates like new games coming to Nintendo 64 and all that stuff. So definitely Switch Online. Little bet for a little headline that'll definitely show up at this Direct. Next up is a game that we're pretty sure is coming to Nintendo Switch. I'm pretty sure retailers talked about this coming to Nintendo Switch when it was recently talked about, but it's not officially been announced for Switch, and that's Persona 3 Reload. Like I said, retailers have it slated for Switch. We know it's going to come out, but there's no official trailer for the Switch, so maybe Nintendo wants to reveal that themselves at the Direct as, part of their headlines. Next up, deviating away from Nintendo game announcements, we could see some other things plotted in here, and I know it might be a bit too soon for this, but Super Mario Bros. Movie 2. Why do I put this here? Well, Chris Pratt actually said that we can expect some kind of news about a sequel to this movie coming soon. He said that about a week ago maybe, so maybe in this Direct we get not a big trailer or poster or anything, but confirmation that the cast is returning, the movie's in the works, and maybe a logo for the movie, and a rough release date. I actually don't know how long it would take them to get this movie out, but maybe it's like 2025. Like, we'll just say that. I don't know. Just a brief little headline. Next up, another thing I think they can show is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Obviously, this was a big reveal at Summer Game Fest, and it's gonna be coming out on Switch, in addition to other platforms as well. But the interesting thing that, some people realized when they play tested the game is that this game will run 60 FPS on the Switch, which is very impressive, Such a big game, looks great, and it runs 60 FPS. I know there is some gameplay out there right now that showcases it on Switch, but just for the fans who maybe missed that, maybe Nintendo throws it in here as a brief little headline. Next up, Hopium, Genshin Impact. I don't know. Obviously, we know they have been working on it for a while now, but and they announced that they've been working on it, I think, 3 years now? So I'm Hopium, Genshin Impact Switch. Is it finally gonna happen? To be honest, I actually don't think so. I think they'll wait for the next gen console and then release it. But I don't know, with the recent release of Honkai Star Rail, that's more linear, not as open world, so that could come to Switch. So I don't know, maybe we get Genshin and Honkai Star Rail as well. So I don't know, but gotta throw in Genshin in there because that's something I've always hoped for. But who knows? I actually think it's pretty unlikely, but we'll see. Next up, pretty big announcement: Tomodachi Life 2. Why do I have this here? Why not? I don't know. Tomodachi Life 2 would be good. Obviously, a lot of fans of Tomodachi Life are really hoping it comes to Switch. They believe it's like fully in development, maybe nearing completion, and I think it's a perfect game for Switch. You had Miitopia, made use of the Miis again. I think you do something with Tomodachi Life 2. It doesn't have to be crazy. Could even be a Tomodachi Life port, so port the 3DS version onto the Switch, or just make a second one with like better graphics, more mechanics, and events that go on. But yeah, I think Tomodachi Life 2 would be really cool. A big game to like really carry sales of the Switch. That's a pretty big title that I think a lot of people will be excited to see, but who knows? I know a lot of people really want this game to happen, including me. I did play Tomodachi Life on 3DS, and yeah, if it comes to Switch, that would be amazing. Next up, one of 2 ports that I'll be talking about, F-Zero GX. I don't know if it'll be F-Zero GX, but that's what we saw rumored by Silex Hunter way back when. I believe this is definitely in the works, probably completed, and they're just waiting on a good time to release it. And I think the back half of the year is actually going to be pretty mid. Tears of the Kingdom is obviously carrying them, and they don't want to release any like major games until a next gen console. So stuff like Super Mario Odyssey 2, that doesn't have to happen on Switch. They'll wait for the next console. So I don't think we're getting huge bangers, but ports and remakes, I think that's valid. So F-Zero GX could come. We did see that rumored before, and I think this could be the direct that we see that. And going back to some DLC, it might be too early for this, but The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, definitely a game that deserves DLC. Like I said, it might be a bit too early for that. The game's only like a month old at this point, so I don't know, but maybe they can talk about it. They've done that before. They've talked about DLC before games even release, so who knows? Maybe they'll talk about like story expansion items, amiibo or something. I don't know, stuff to tie into DLC. Definitely a game that'll have DLC in the future. Like, I'm 100% at some point it will. So maybe this direct is the one that announces that or like reveals it, and then maybe later down the line we actually see what the DLC is and how expansive it is, and that in unison with the sales of Tears of the Kingdom will bolster the holiday sales of Tears of the Kingdom, which is obviously a big game that Nintendo's hoping carries them this holiday season. So could be too early for DLC for Tears of the Kingdom, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe announcing it, confirming it, and then talking about it later, that could happen in this direct. Next up, a pretty given announcement, Pikmin 4. We need a new trailer. The game's coming out in about a month, and we don't know too much information. All we know is, the brief gameplay they showed at the previous direct in February, and then what else did we get? We got like info about character customization, how that's a thing, but there's still a lot of stuff we don't know. We don't know about the whole nighttime mode, the story elements. We don't know too much, so I think we'll definitely get a trailer. And in fact, I actually think we'll have a Pikmin 4 focus direct in July, a couple weeks before the game fully releases. Something along the lines of, tune in for 20 minutes of Pikmin 4 gameplay. But I think we'll still get a trailer at this next direct, just to remind fans that the game's coming, and hey, here's this new gimmick about the game you didn't know about yet. So definitely a solid pick, definitely likely gonna happen at this direct. Next up, a pretty safe bet. I'm just trying to fill out this board and, think about what we can get. So some of these are pretty given, some of these are a bit like outlandish, but Just Dance 2024, obviously that was released over Summer Game Fest weekend. Obviously Just Dance always comes to Switch consoles, and I would assume it's pretty popular on the Switch consoles. So, this might not even be a headline, might be part of the sizzle reel at the end, but I think that's a safe bet. We'll definitely see that. Nothing crazy about that. Another announcement that I don't think Nintendo is going to go too crazy on is Everybody Want to Switch. Remember last year when I predicted this game? Because we had heard about it before. They released it or announced it on Twitter and didn't provide any kind of trailer whatsoever. I think this time they're going to quickly provide a trailer, quickly talk about it, but they're not going to do a big like, now check out this, and then fade to black and do Everybody Want to Switch. This is a game Nintendo knows is not good. It's pretty mid. And I think they're just going to want to talk about it quick and then, move on to the next thing. So don't expect too much about Everybody Want to Switch. They'll obviously talk about it just to, make the consumers aware, but not going to get 4 minutes or anything like that. So yeah, we'll move past that one pretty quickly. Next up, something that I don't think people are going to talk about too much or see coming, but I don't know, I believe it's possible, is Nintendo Switch Sports, new sports. We haven't gotten an update for that game in a while, and I'm pretty sure we saw data mined information before that there were sports like dodgeball, baseball, like, hidden in the game files. So that obviously hasn't come out. So we could get like, DLC update, whatever it's going to be, announced at this direct. Switch Sports is a good game to play for the summer. You're with family, it's big to play with your family and friends. So, maybe an update to this game coming, later this summer. Or fall, who knows. But yeah, definitely new sports I think is going to come at some point, and this could be the direct to announce it. And my second remake port kind of thing that we're going to talk about after F-Zero GX is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. We've seen rumors for this, and I believe it is totally possible that this comes out this summer or fall. It could be, a pretty big title for Nintendo. I don't think F-Zero GX and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door would be revealed at this direct, like not both at the same time. Maybe, this direct has Paper Mario and the next one has F-Zero, vice versa. But yeah, I think port definitely, get some sales in for Nintendo this late summer, early fall. And yeah, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, we've seen that leaked, rumored, talked about, and Thousand Year Door was an amazing game on GameCube. I never played it, but I've heard great things about it, so I would definitely pick this up if they do announce it. Next up, pretty big deal here, Metroid Prime 4. I truly believe we'll see something, whether it's an update on development, a trailer, cinematic. I don't know about gameplay yet, because my take on Metroid Prime 4 is that it's gonna release either launch day or very close to launch day of Nintendo's next gen console. So it'll come out on Switch, but it'll also be like more optimized for a next gen console, because I think the graphics will be like amazing on that. So I don't know if we'll get like a release date. Maybe we get like a cinematic trailer that's like 30 seconds and then like 2024 or something like that. So nothing too much, but I think we'll get some info, and that'll make Metroid Prime fans like very happy just to see something. So yeah, Metroid Prime 4, not gonna expect anything too crazy. But I definitely think it could have a presence at this direct. Next up, something Fire Emblem. I don't know too much about Fire Emblem, but I do remember when Fire Emblem Engage was announced, we had heard leaks and rumors, or not leaks, just rumors, that Fire Emblem Engage, that was a Fire Emblem game, but in the background there was also something else, Fire Emblem. I don't know if it was a remake or a port or something along those lines, but yeah, I do think maybe there is something Fire Emblem related in the background, and it could be, announced here. You never know what Nintendo's gonna do. And would it be a Nintendo Direct predictions video if I did not include Donkey Kong? Because I'm always predicting that, because I believe that was gonna come, bro, since like what, 2021 or something. So still holding out on that Donkey Kong game. I think this could be a holiday game for them, fall 2023, carries their holiday sales. Is it 2D? Is it 3D? We don't know, but regardless, I think it's going to be a pretty big game for the franchise. We know Nintendo cares a lot about Donkey Kong, his high presence in the Mario Bros. Movie, expansion at the theme park. Nintendo, cares about Donkey Kong, so to give them a game this year would be really cool, and I think that could be their quote-unquote holiday game that, gets some sales up during the holiday. Yeah, what is it going to be, 2D, 3D? I don't know. We've heard about the rumors of the Odyssey teams working on it, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Who knows? But Donkey Kong. Gonna predict it again because I have a feeling. Next up, Kid Icarus. We have heard about potentially Kid Icarus Uprising receiving a remaster port, whatever, to the Nintendo Switch. Sakurai never actually confirmed that, but there is that clip of him going around when he was like, wow, I wonder if anyone would port Kid Icarus to the Switch one day. So I don't know if that was like a little tease or something, you know, because maybe behind the scenes he did know that was happening. So maybe this is the time we get Kid Icarus on Switch, Kid Icarus Uprising. Never played the game, but I know it was a pretty big game on 3DS, so if it gets ported or remastered to Switch, I think it would sell really well. And our second to last prediction is actually not a Switch game, but a mobile game. Earlier this year, we did see rumblings about potentially Nintendogs coming to mobile. So obviously we know Nintendo has done mobile games, Super Mario Run, Animal Crossing, Pocket Camp, what else? Dr. Mario, which they have since shut down. But yeah, I think Nintendogs would be a perfect fit for mobile. So yeah, and you know, we've seen Nintendo discuss mobile games at Directs before. Obviously when Pikmin 4 was announced, Miyamoto came on and talked about Pikmin Bloom, the walking app, before, so we could see Nintendogs get a little segment. I don't know if that'll happen, but if it is to be believed that they are making a mobile version of Nintendogs, it could be at this Direct, and you know, really cool. And the last prediction that I have here, my favorite one, would be a new 2D Mario, not Odyssey 2, but 2D Mario, the new Super Mario Bros. Style type game, coming this year as their big holiday game. Now, like I said, this is the completed bingo card. You see it in front of you. Obviously, all of this will not happen in a single Direct, and some of these cancel each other out. For example, I don't think we get Donkey Kong and a 2D Mario in the same Direct. There's no way. That's way too much like hype. They gotta spread it out. So, you know, it's either one or the other. And like, you know, we can't get, like I said, we don't get both these ports. Like, some of these things can happen, but not everything. And certain things can happen, which means the other thing won't happen. So if Donkey Kong happens, I don't think 2D Mario happens, vice versa. But yeah, 2D Mario, obviously, you know, we haven't seen a new 2D Mario in ages. New Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U, and then that got ported. It's a port, not thing new. And then, yeah, it's been a long time since we've gotten a brand new 2D Mario adventure. So yeah, I think we could see a new 2D Mario, and especially since the hype of the Mario Bros. Movie, Mario is on everyone's mind. Parents know about Mario, children know about Mario. Because of the Mario movie, it sold so well. It makes total sense to have a game. Personally, when the Mario movie came out, I thought it was a perfect time to have a Mario game come out as well. Obviously, they didn't do that, but you know, I think this holiday, you know, with Mario on people's minds, I'm sure there's families out there that saw the Mario movie, don't have a Switch, want to get a Switch for their families. You know, parents are saying, hey, let's get our kids a Switch for Christmas. Oh, they love the Mario movie. Oh, there's a Mario game, and here it would be the 2D Mario game. So, and we did hear rumors about this. Obviously, Zippo talked about that before. Apparently, you know, new art style, removing the new Super Mario Bros. Moniker. It's a different name, but it is still 2D Mario platformer. So yeah, we'll see if that happens. But that would be an announcement I'd be very hyped for. Definitely on my radar to pick up this holiday season if it does happen. But yeah, guys, that is my Nintendo Direct bingo card, my Nintendo Direct predictions for this summer Direct of 2023. What do you guys think? You know, some things are pretty solid, like DLC for Mario Kart, Splatoon. You know, maybe other things like the remakes, F-Zero and Paper Mario, that could happen. Is it too early for Tears of the Kingdom DLC? I don't know. Is the Donkey Kong game real? Do we know? But yeah, some things are safe bets. A lot of things not too new, just Nintendo updating us or, you know, reminding us that certain games are on Switch. But that's going to do it for my predictions. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What are your predictions? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Like I said, a lot of this outlandish. Don't expect everything here. Honestly, expect a few things. Keep your expectations in check, because I personally think Nintendo Directs going forward are going to be pretty mid. 5 or 6 out of 10 at best. And the reason I say that is because I think Nintendo's gearing up for the next gen console, the Nintendo Switch 2, whatever it's going to be called. So we're not going to see banger titles like, you know, a new Star Fox, Mario Odyssey 2. We're not going to see stuff like that until, you know, the next gen console is, you know, announced and released. But I still think we have hopes for this Nintendo Direct being, you know, kind of cool. A few games that we'll pick up and, you know, updating us on what's going to happen in the back half of 2023. But guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.